It's 10 minutes till the hour. Time for the tropical update. I want you to know outside of Ida, the Pacific and the Atlantic, at least the eastern Pacific, the Atlantic is quiet. This is the only game in town. Hurricane Ida. In November, you can get a named system on average every 2 years or so, and this is ours. Hurricane Ida, 100 miles per hour. That's the wind speed around the center of the hurricane. Air Force hurricane hunters have been out here all day flying through this and will continue to do so as it threatens the U.S. Now, they did find the pressure dropped earlier today to about 976 millibars. That came down a couple millibars. And still, the movement still west-northwest at 10. That has not changed that much, but that's going to change. We're going to see this thing moving a little bit faster. Right now, the center is 510 miles south-southeast of the mouth of the Mississippi River. And there's the Latin long, if you're following along with us. It is now getting into the Gulf of Mexico. And notice on our satellite image, well, first I want to show you the winds around it. You can see 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds, 31-mile-per-hour sustained winds here to the north of this thing and to the northwest as well. Now, again, those 100-mile-per-hour winds are right around the center. And looking at this satellite image, notice that west side. Okay, there's not much in the way of any of the oranges or clouds. It may be starting to feel the effects of some of the southwesterly winds aloft, which initially may have helped to evacuate some of that air to drop that pressure in the middle. But eventually those southwest winds will help in its demise, okay, because tropical systems don't like strong upper-level winds. On our water vapor imagery, you can see it, some of the drier air off to the west, too. So some drier air may be entrained into this thing as well. Plus, it's moving into some cooler waters. So the forecast is for this to weaken as it gets closer to the coast. But it's going to stay a hurricane here for a little while. So this is a projected path as it moves towards the north and east, and eventually with time, as an upper-level disturbance begins to come in from the west and steer this thing off towards the east. But right along the coast, we're going to start to feel the impacts of this maybe as early as tomorrow. So again, it will continue to weaken as it heads up towards the north and towards the east. There are hurricane watches in effect. You know, in anticipation, this thing is still going to become, or still will be, an entity we have to deal with from Grand Isle, Louisiana, all the way to Mexico Beach, which means we could see hurricane conditions within the next 24 hours. Now, with more on some of the conditions you may be dealing with from this system.